Aloha gang, what's up? This is John coming at you from Carwheel Motors once again. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for subscribing and liking and hitting that notification button so that when we do come out with new content, we can get it to you right away. Now today, we're going on a diet. Our Escape R is losing some weight. And we'll tell you all about what's going to happen coming up next. Aloha. All right, so what we're gonna do first is we have to take this cover off, and keep in mind this Escape R does have oil in this this drive system right here. So we do not want to have the bike vertical. You know, just like any other gas bike, when you open up the clutch plate or expose that, you want to make sure the bike is on its side, and just having it rested on its bars is good enough. So that the oil doesn't come out. Okay, that's step number one. Step number two, if your bike isn't clean already, like we have here, we just got through riding it maybe a couple of days ago, it's very important that you brush off any dirt around this seal here, because when you take the cover off, you don't want dirt to get into your oil, contaminating it and just creating problems that you can't see or don't know about until it's too late. So we're going to use our wrench here, and I implore you guys, don't use an impact. You know, this is a pretty light torque bolt. I'll put a sheet of the torque spec for the bike. It tells you the recommended torque specs for all the parts, and I believe this is only like 10 Newton meters or something. So we'll just use a T-wrench here, and we'll just take these fasteners out, and we'll just lay them right here. We remove our cover, we can place this on the side, and we want to make sure we keep this metal gasket intact. Now this gasket is very good at keeping the water out, especially when we sometimes go through some rivers and we submerge this bike. We definitely want to keep this intact in good condition so that it gives us a good seal. So let's keep this with the cover. Okay, and there you have it, guys. This is what we're looking at. Now this is the Flywheel weight, and this comes standard on all E-Pure races and Escape R's. All the clutch models have this Flywheel as a part that comes with the bike. If you have a light, an Escape, if you have a E-Pure Sport, you will have to add this on as additional cost. And take a look, you can see there's a metal hub, a main hub down there, and there's 1, 2, and you can adjust by taking one plate off, 2 plates off. Hell, you can take the whole thing off if you want. But in my experience, I liked my 2020 Escape with just the Flywheel hub. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put this back here, and we're gonna take off these fasteners. And once again, they're not that tight, so we don't need to use an impact. We can just break them off like such. Now we want to be sure that when we take these fasteners out, we don't drop them in here as well. Okay, just be very careful of that. Okay. So now we got the Flywheel bolts out holding the weights in, and we can just simply lift that off. Now I'm going to go ahead and weigh these later. I'll just place this on the side, and I'm gonna go from 2 weights down to no weights. Like I said, I've had some luck with this in the past of just this weight here, and I kind of liked how it worked. In my experience, what it allowed the bike to do is it allowed the bike to have, say, a higher RPM, because there's less weight on the flywheel. The motor can spin a little bit faster, but it doesn't have the inertia or the weight to break the torque to the wheel. I get a little bit smoother reaction on my throttle, and now even I have the clutch to smooth that out too. So I'm pretty much done here. I'm going to clean this up a bit. There's a little bit of gunk from the clutch plates. I'll just clean that up. But other than that, we'll put our cover back on and we'll get going. All right, guys, so we got the cover back on, and this is the part where I was stressing earlier. I always want to use just a small torque wrench when dealing with these bolts. Now, these bolts go through into the casing, and the casing is billet aluminum, but like anything else, we have a steel bolt and we have very fine aluminum threads. Now, in my last video, I don't know if you've seen it, check it out above when I restored the E-scape. What I did was I over torqued these too much, and I learned my lesson real quick, because when I over torqued them, I had to basically open the case, do a helicoil install, and then reinstall. But doing the helicoil, of course, you have to drill, you have to tap. I didn't want to get all the debris into the case, so I went ahead and opened everything up so that I made sure I didn't get any debris in there. So 10 Newton meters per the required torque, and we just go right around and give that the correct torque that it needs. Just one little step here is going to save you a lot of headache later, trust me. All right, next question is, I know everybody's going to ask, how much does the weights weigh? So I can't give you the weight of the hub because I did not take the hub off, but these weights that I removed, so one plate is 10.7 ounces. And of course, two plates should be, oh, more than I can handle on my scale, but 10.7 ounces. So times that by 2, and that is basically what you're dealing with, how many ounces I just removed from the bike. And if you think about some of the other flywheel weights that you've seen and you add to other bikes, it's kind of heavy. It's kind of a lot, plus the weight that we already have in there. So we'll see how it goes. Stay tuned next time for the ride video of how this bike reacts differently. Thanks again for watching, guys. Now, once again, if you like what you see, please subscribe. We're going to be posting this video up on the Electric Motion users group. There was a guy who had a question about it, and I hope this answers your question. Leave a comment, hit the like button, hit the notification button, like I said, of course, so we can get you guys the content you need from us. And please, no be shame to ask a question. I try to answer all the comments as best I can. Till next time, guys, please enjoy the great weather coming out, and always, like always, ride with aloha.